Welcome back to Afterlife. It's episode 60. We are heading out here early in the morning for the desert. And for the purpose of beginning the real looting projects within the desert. We've already gone as far as collecting 5 treasures. We've already gone as far as looting a couple of individual POIs, but we have not done the full-blown big thing as of yet. And this will be that first occasion, but we're going to start easy with that little western town. And as we come up on our little desert western town, it's one street down and back, so we might as well kind of take it along that path and head down and back. But the first thing I want to do here at the edge of the town is we've traveled a good distance from home out to here, and if something happens, it's a long walk back. So we're going to take care of that by picking up this bed. We're going to put it right back down, and that makes this my spawn point. So if something does happen, we at least have a short walk back. And then when we finish the town, all we have to do is head back the way we came, get home, and replace the bed there. So we'll jump on down. Here's our feral guy. This guy. This guy. Already a couple of books. And for a very small, quick loot stop, not bad at all. Home Cooking Weekly, we got a Tech Planet, 2 vehicle adventures, medical journal, scrap 2 bow hunters, a Handyland, scrap a Furious Fist, the water purifier, mod schematic. Not good right now. We only have 1 mod slot on our helmet, but that'll definitely be a handy one later on. Not that water is a problem anymore. But that is one place taken care of and a spawn point set. I don't need to be carrying that bike on me all day. Put the first couple things here, and maybe I will put this at least in a semi-central location here as we make our way through town. We're already overheating, but I think a lot of that's going to be rectified by spending most of our time inside. Dust storm rolling in. Good thing we just got inside. Oof. And we head back out. Not a dust storm. Not quite anyway. Most, if not all, of this town is going to be tier 1 and tier 2, which is why we're here, right? Start simple, find a little bit of good loot and books to kind of get us off to a good start for the desert, and not facing anything too complicated. This one added bonus gun safe with gun parts. Scavenging up to 73. Already a pretty good start to our day. Just into the 3rd building here. There's one more water. I'm going to be quite full on water here soon. Oh, I found steel boots. Stamina regen goes down once again, but actually has better heat resistance than what I have on now. Nice little crack a book hidden there. Southern farming is done. We're done with that one. Tech Planet. If this is the place I think it is, it's probably going to be the hardest one we go through in town. I've used this place as a base before. Too good to pass on, as they've got some iron smelting here, so we'll take the raw iron. Picked up a compound crossbow. Definitely handy, but not something I need to carry on me at the moment. Those steel boots, I need to take a moment and swap out because they are definitely worth it. A snake here, second snake here. I was gonna ignore the meat, but I don't know. 2 snakes? Too good to pass up. Pun intended. That metalworks wasn't or as hard as I remember it being, but I suppose the one time that I did it and turned it into a base, it was a day one. It was a day one location, so we're definitely not on day one here. We're hardly even getting ferals here. There's been a few. Enough batteries. I'm gonna drop that. Can I scrap it? Get some lead? No. Okay. Read the traps. I do not need an arrow rest mod right now. I probably don't need another burning. I don't need another burning shaft mod. So we're gonna drop a few things that we don't need. We did pick up a double barrel shotgun, but that is just way too low of a level. And for just the, second time, my water meter has disappeared completely because we are full. We have 0 thirst at all. We're in the desert, and yet we are having plenty to drink. Third feral of the day so far, I think. This place has been easier than I thought it would. I thought it'd still be mostly ferals, even though it was all going to be tier 1, tier 2 stuff. And we've found plenty of books, making it well worth it. You know, the overall loot hasn't been anything special, but the quantity of books has made our quick trek through this town well worth it. Speaking of, here we go. More books. Oof, only 2 more books though. And one that we've already read. It should be a loot room, and it is. So of course we find our next feral. And this was the one I expected to be the hardest place in this town. And the loot room has 1 regular, 1 feral, and 1 rad zombie. All very low tier. I didn't even have to fire around. To this point, it's all been tier 1. This one's a tier 2. And we still managed to pull out a steel sledgehammer out of it. Now I'm trying to remember, what have I been reading? What am I scrapping? Ooh, Lucky Looter Volume 6. Food. The only fast food these days comes in a can. This tip will help you scrounge up a bit more. Find more food and loot. And a steel sledgehammer. That's a handy little fighting weapon. In fact, it's probably more handy than the baseball bat is as a reserve weapon. Very slow, but packs a punch. Timed right, it's a great kill shot weapon. You get a knockdown and then you come up with a sledge and just wham! Down they go. Getting pretty late in the day. I'm not worried about going back at night. The last little bit of the way towards home could get tricky, but driving through the desert at night's easy. Okay. What looky here? We got 3 ferals. Must have just skipped ahead in this place by breaking down the door instead of coming through the intended way, but we got a loot bag. And I'm guessing we've got ourselves a, final loot room. Oh, and it's a decent little place, huh? This is the gun store. Didn't notice that when I came in. Just kind of figured it was late enough into the day that we didn't need to be wasting time here. He was connected. There's one place left on this side of the road. That just makes perfect sense to me to finish it off. What would an old west town be without a place that sells a bunch of caskets? At least according to the movies. It's a good business to be in. Profitable one. That was not the final loot room though. Chemistry set. Yeah, it was okay. Another medical journal. Still no sign of the main loot as I try to rapidly finish this place up. But that's the way we came in. About to drop. Now I have 3. Now I can have that full meal. Come in just under that 99% and almost missed this one hidden up there on the shelf. Another medical journal. You hiding anything back here? Just trash. Can't reach it. That's fine. I won't go around for it. I'm heavy. Getting heavier. Is this not the final loot? We're just dropping back down. There is no loot. It's tier 0 apparently. Alright, well we finished half the town in one day. As easy as looting this town has been, we're full. It's nighttime. We're about to be nighttime. So sticking around and trying to finish the whole place in one go, try to sort out the loot situation overnight, just doesn't seem very plausible. And while a lot of the loot that we've picked up hasn't been anything fancy, I mean, steel boots are an upgrade for us. The steel sledgehammer was decent, and that's all. That's loot that I was not getting. That's loot that I was definitely not getting before. That steel spear was something we've picked up, but otherwise we hadn't pulled out anything, particularly fancy. Right now it's subtle. It's tier 1's 1, tier 2. So, it's not a big deal yet, but a lot of books. And loot to take home. We'll make that quick trip home. We'll get that little vitality boost, grab some food, and probably head back out even before morning. So we can get back out here and do the second half of town tomorrow. Heading back out while it's pretty dark. Risky move, but looks like we get a little added bonus of a loot bag. but it's also right in the middle of the spikes, so we're gonna have to carve those out of the way. You can't pick these up, which is just the weirdest thing. Okay, vehicle adventures. Ooh, I have not emptied the bike all the way, have I? No, I have not. First use of the sledge. Skill 1. One swing. And we get the first level. And it finished off a biker quite easily. Well, it is time to head out for real. Heat no longer an issue, and I think the sun is rising. Hard to tell, but the weather has taken that turn for the worse. As easy as day one was, I've already moved my bed back to home. I'm not going to bother picking this one up. And then this time, now that we've gone down the street, I'm going to come back up the street on the way back. So we'll go all the way down to the end, turn around, and begin from there. It appears that it's 4 a.m., so we will get started. I'll find out real quick if it's not. It certainly appears to be sun up. And that'll be a nice screenshot for this one. Scavenging 76, I think that might have been the main loot for this place. Up onto the roof, into the attic. Vulture made a noise after hitting me. A little late to give its position away. Chemistry stations tend to have good loot. That was just okay. Frying pan also. I'm gonna go with just okay. Duct tape. Best loot we've pulled out so far today. This is the poppin' pills. Wow, not one shelf. Not one shelf is stocked. This place has been cleaned out completely. This one at least was a tier 1, and we actually came out with a pretty decent haul from this tier 1. I mean, I'm already overloaded 2 places in. We've got books and things. Take care of stuff pretty quickly. Lucky Looter Volume 5 we've already read, but we've got an explosive, vehicles, 2 medical journals, 2 home cookie weeklies, and a tactical warfare. The vehicle box. Okay, we're getting into the box vehicle here. Armored up. Get rid of that. Let's just get rid of that sham sandwich. There we go. Let's take the sledge. One shot to the chest isn't enough, not at tier 1. Let's see just how slow it is. There's your sledgehammers too. Spear's a lot easier to take that guy out with. Well, that's already kind of looking like the main loot, is it not? All safe. With another steel sledge. I do not need 2 steel sledges, but what I do need is to see what the condition is of both. Identical. Kind of heavy, so we'll break that and take the steel scraps. Another rainy desert day. Oh, appears we've found the gallows. Yes, we have. Okie dokie. Don't get in trouble in this town. Okay, he was a feral. She's a feral. Must be a tier 2. We've almost filled up on these bottles. I left that 10 water back at the main base knowing that we would be bound to have the same scenario today, so I did not bring water with me. I knew I was looking at a one-day trip and had plenty as I was full at the end of yesterday. I haven't drank any water since then, and the water icon is barely starting to show up right now. So, Sledge. Finish her off before she even gets her bearings. She did get to her feet though. It's going to take a little bit to get anything useful out of the sledge. There you are. Not bothered by that wood. Barbed wire mod. I actually have 2 or 3 of those back at base already, as it were, so we'll leave that. Unload some boxes. Triple pocket mod. We've already got the quad armor pocket mod, so actually reading that triple really didn't make much sense, but it's just weird not to have it unlocked. Honey. Case. More useless books. One. Oh, there's our main loot. Sledgehammer's 3. Skip some alcohol piles. One of the previous places, there's a tier 4 decor item. Surprised we hadn't seen more. And yes, this is, as I suspected, a tier 2. There you go. There's a steel club. I've been I can't move. As we've been speccing into clubs over sledgehammers, I probably will switch to the club, which is not going to have the slowness effect, and it's baseball bats and beyond. Scrap, read, scrap, drop that, scrap that. And that means I'm really not going to need this guy anymore either, so we're going to scrap him. Drop that. And I think we can take the jar of honey. Nothing to hide. Alright, let's get out of here. Back to the bike to unload. And that's it for the water. We're going to fill right back up here. I don't know if 2 is going to be enough to fill back up, but club works just fine. What am I at? 29 for a skill level? Definitely much better than the sledgehammers, and it's level 3. And the club's not slow, so yeah, that steel club's a massive upgrade from what we had. 40 water I drank did not make the water icon disappear, so I'm not completely full on water at this point. Water containers there were sitting around the room. I figured this would do it though. But none of them have anything in them. Scavenging 79. Bunch of food in here. Nearly there. Just a couple places to go. Ooh, hello, piggy. I don't know how he didn't hit me. I didn't have a weapon equipped at all and was definitely not prepared for anything. Scrap. Take the knife. Get that meat. It's hard to turn down free meat. It's a lot easier when they're alive and you know you have plenty. When they're dead right in front of you and the work's already done. Up into the loft area and this is it, huh? Couple mods. Another steel club. Let's not fall coming to you. Just put one in the brain. There we go. Oh, that didn't finish you off, huh? That should do it. That was already the main loot, too. So, how do we get out? No sign of a main exit. I guess we'll just make our own. Combat 47. Oh, there's the key. I didn't see that. One more place to go. And it's still only barely high noon. Okay, that is a feral. So overloaded, I'm not even going to bother going back to the rooms that I've just skipped. Another feral. Is this place quietly a tier 2? This place definitely wraps around a lot more than you think it would. And here's our final loot. 3 zombies, 2 regulars, 3 regulars. Picked up too much in that box. Very heavy now. Oh, there's a steel pick. There's the score of the place in the last proper box. Steel club, nice. Steel boots, nice. Steel pick, that's your victory right there. We are done with the iron pick. We didn't use it for long, luckily. Because it wasn't really going to last us very long anyway. Scrap that. I have 3 of these. And I have 3 structural brace mods as well. Steel pick. Nope, not drop. Not drop. That was not the button I was trying to push. Where you at? Modify. But that's it for this place. That's going to be it for this episode too. So I'm going to be heading back. Unloading. I'm gonna have to do some coal mining, which is gonna be incredibly easy with that steel pick now. So we are entering the steel era by spending 2 days in the desert. We've already entered it a little bit earlier with the steel spear, but otherwise we've picked up a lot of steel items. We still need a steel axe. But we've pulled out a whole lot of steel in a very short period of time, which is going to make it quite easy from here as we enter the steel era. Speaking of steel, we're going to have to start working on kind of smelting steel. There's going to be other projects that involve steel that we need to just kind of get on with. But it's a great first venture into desert proper. little more mining to do, smelting to do. We'll get that cement mixer made. We will then, at some point when the smelting is done, I ran out of fuel, so... Ooh, hello town. Have I already been to this town? Yeah, it's the edge of the big town that we know. Let's get this kind of painted in map-wise. Gotta watch out here for potential mines. That's definitely a military compound. That chem station's going to take that little bit longer when we ran out of that fuel. I'm hoping there's enough complete so that we can at least make the cement mixer and start getting some cement made, because we're definitely getting closer to that horde night now. I think we're at least 4 days, if not 5 days past the last one. We should be a day or two away from horde night. So we'll be worrying about those upgrades to the horde base for that next preparation. Got better weapons, we got better tools. I'm making some better ammo right now while we were gone today. So we're definitely moving into that next stage. That's gonna do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.